Well, in a few weeks now, the committee will get together and they'll decide which teams are in the NCAA tournament. But let's look at the power conferences.
Right.
If look into your crystal ball, how many teams from each conference will go to the tournament? And let's start with the ACC. How many teams do you think out of the ACC?
I think the committee is going to pick, just like last year, they're going to pick 9. Personally, I only think 7 are really good enough to be in there, but I think the committee is going to pick 9.
Who are the 2 teams that you think that they'll allow to get in that you wouldn't want in?
I'm not saying I wouldn't want them in. I'm just saying
you don't think they deserve to be
right.
in.
Syracuse and Florida State. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy.
Easy.
I mean, if those are the 8th, 9th, 10th place teams in the league.
But it's the ACC.
That's a whole nother argument. You're selecting teams. You're not selecting conferences.
Okay.
Okay. So the Big 12. I think the committee's going to select 6. I think maybe at most, maybe 5 teams deserve.
Well, wait a minute. Now, and I just got a feeling that you're saying that Oklahoma is maybe one of those teams that doesn't deserve.
That's another argument.
Well, why shouldn't they be in?
Well, I mean, there's multiple reasons why.
Well,
I mean,
they're quick ones.
Well, in order for them to get in, that means they got to leapfrog Kansas State and TCU, which are 2 teams like Oklahoma that are on the bubble, that are both above 500 in conference play. Oklahoma is 2 games under 500 in conference play. It is shocking. Like I say, if I'm walking down, if I'm standing at the bar and somebody says, "Hey, is Oklahoma in?" I'll sit there. I'd be just like they're in, Right. But then once you put their resume on the table, and then you got all these other teams you got to pick from as well, and you have to start measuring, they look like a whole different team. Again, on the face of it, I'd say they're in. But when you have to sit there and start eliminating teams, I think they get eliminated pretty fast. If you're realistically looking at their resumes against teams from even their own conference, not to mention other power conferences. But that's just one. I think.
Who else we got here?
Big Ten. I think they're going to get 5 teams in. Although a lot of folks are saying I'm just the opposite. I think they're going to get 5. Most people think they're only going to get 4. People were dismissing Nebraska, and I'm like, Nebraska's 13-5 in the Big Ten. Big Ten historically is one of the best conferences in the country in NCAA tournament play. I'm not saying in terms of winning championships,
right,
but in terms of winning games, the Big Ten's record is pretty solid.
But we're talking teams, not conferences.
But you're talking teams, but not conferences. Again, now you got to sit there and this goes into another segment. Now you got to sit there, and these are the things that the committee's got to go through. Big East, I think, is going to get 5. Pac-12, I think, is going to get 4. SEC is going to get 6. That's 35 teams that I count that are in. Leaving, if you add the other 26 quote unquote 1-bid leagues, that adds up to 61. That leaves 7 places out there for other conferences to get 1 or 2 or maybe 3 teams in the tournament.